Om Shanti. Today is Murli, 28th of August 2023. Essence Baba says, sweet children, become victorious by your intellect, having faith. Only on the basis of your faith can you become worthy of the kingdom of heaven. The first faith you should have is that God has become the teacher and is teaching you. Question: although the Father is the Almighty Authority, why does He not do everything through inspiration? Answer: Baba says, I am the ocean of knowledge. I have to come to speak knowledge. If a professor were to sit at home, how would he be able to teach? I have to educate you children and make you worthy and give you the inheritance of heaven. This is why I come and take the support of a body. You children should not have the slightest doubt about this. Song. The rain of knowledge is for those who are with the beloved. Om Shanti. The Father is called the beloved. The Father would not shower rain of water. This is something to be understood. When someone does not understand anything, it is said, you have a stone intellect. Now, the Lord of Divinity is very well known. The Lord of Divinity makes you become divine. Who makes you into stone? Ravan is called the Lord of makes you into stone. You belong to the community of Rama. From having stone intellects, you continue to become Lord of Divinity number wise. How do the king, queen, and subjects all become those with divine intellects? There must definitely be someone who makes them into those with divine intellects. However, some will go into the Sun dynasty, some into the Moon dynasty, some will become maids and servants, and some will become wealthy subjects. It all depends on your effort. It is surely the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, who is called the Lord of Divinity. No human being is called the ocean of knowledge. This praise is only of the incorporeal Father. He is the ocean of knowledge, and he therefore definitely needs a body to speak this knowledge. A soul definitely needs a body in order to perform actions according to the sanskars, and he carries. The Father is the incorporeal Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, and he is praised a great deal. The Father of all is incorporeal. He too is just a soul. The soul says through these organs, these are my children. The Father has explained that human beings feed a Brahmin priest. They invite that soul to come into the Brahmin priest and they ask that soul questions. Even if they don't ask question, they at least feed the Brahmin. When someone's husband has died, his widow would say, I have come to feed the departed soul of my husband. Acha, your husband has died, so whom are you going to call? the soul or the body. It is a matter of having to understand that you would definitely call the soul. The body is no more. They feed the Brahmin priest, that is, the departed soul enters the Brahmin and eats the food. What is the proof that that died person's soul comes? He definitely comes. The soul comes and speaks. When you ask that soul where a particular thing has been placed, the soul lets you. Therefore, she definitely believes that she is the feeding the soul of her husband and that she is bowing down to her husband. She does not see the Brahmin at that time. It is also though she sees the name and form of her husband and bows down to him. That name and form of the husband has been burnt, but she still remembers that body. Souls enter Brahmins. It can be felt that another soul has entered. The soul has come, and so they definitely have to have that faith. It has been explained to you, children, that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, is incorporeal. He does not have a body, he is own of his own. So, how can he give the inheritance? Surely, this is why he has to take the support of a body. First of all, there definitely has to be the faith that there is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, and that He has come to give the inheritance through this one. He would not do that through inspiration. He has to come and teach you. He is the ocean of knowledge. These matters have to be understood. Those who don't have the future elevated reward in their fortune won't be able to understand. This soul says, I am not the ocean of knowledge. Who says? Brahma Baba. That Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul says, I am the ocean of knowledge. But how could I, the incorporeal one, sit up above and teach through inspiration? Education never takes place in that way. If a professor were not to sit at home, would he be able to teach through inspiration? He would definitely have to go to the school. The Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, too, would not teach you while sitting at home. Pictures can't be explained through inspiration. Shiv Baba has had these pictures made. He himself then comes and say, I have had these pictures made. This one means Brahma did not even know this. I had them made by giving divine visions to the children. The father is Karan Karavanhar. First of all, the father explains, I am the father of you souls. How else would you children receive the inheritance? There definitely are temple. There are also temples to that soul. All the rest are temples to living beings, embodied souls. Because living beings come into birth and death, whereas God does not. Therefore, he has only been shown as incorporeal. The Father says, I teach you Raj Yoga. This Baba also says, I too am studying. Now, there is no question of inspiration or power in this. If someone says that there is some power. How could he receive the inheritance? The father says, I teach you Raj Yoga. If God speaks, he surely has to enter a body. It is not that this one has some power in him. Here, it is a question of studying. I am your father and I also have to become your teacher. How could I inspire everyone? I would then have to teach everyone in the same way. Wow, however, a kingdom is being established. Some have to become maids and servants, and others have to become subjects. If any of you want to ask, you can ask Baba to what extent you have become worthy and whether you will become part of the sun or moon dynasty or maids or servant. What status would I claim if I were to shed my body at this time? Baba says, I come, there is also a temple built to me. The incorporeal one cannot do anything alone, and this is why he has to take a body. Otherwise, how would I teach you this knowledge of the world cycle that I have? I definitely have to enter a body. The number of children continue to grow. They continue to bring others. The sapling of those who belong to the deity religion will be planted. The sapling of is planted of those who come and become Brahmins, the father of Brahma. Brahmins is Brahma and the father of Brahma is Shiv Baba. So there is the spiritual father and also the physical father. You are the spiritual children of Shiv Baba and the Brahma soul is also a child of Shiv Baba. Then he is also the father of your physical Brahmins. Some people write Brahma Kumaris, but that is wrong. Brahma is the element of light. How could there be a Kumari? There be a Kumari of the element of light? Prajapita Brahma is well known. The father of humanity would exist here. Would he not? The children of Prajapita Brahma, the Brahma Kumars and Brahma Kumaris, means the Shaktis of the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, Shiva. You receive power from Shiv Baba, not from the soul of this one, means Brahma. Therefore, you have to remember Shiv Baba. It is by doing this that we will become pure from impure. At this time, all are sinful souls. Everyone takes birth through vice. Some understand these things very quickly, whereas others don't understand these things at all. This knowledge is so wonderful. God has to come to give you the fruit of your devotion. Although this one, Brahma, is the Brahmaputra, big river, he would not praise himself. Saraswati is also clever in those studies. The examination take place here. The examination of this study will not take place now. Continue to drink the nectar of knowledge for as long as you live. Acha, to the sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bab Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. Spiritual children says Namaste to the spiritual father, mother, Bab Dada. Namaste Baba, Namaste, Shukriya Baba, Shukriya. Essence for dharana: first, don't be influenced by any old habits and thereby perform wrong action. Renounce the habit of body consciousness and complete the course of remaining soul conscious. Second, conflict, never fluctuate in your faith for as long as live. You have to study and teach others. Blessing: may your intellect have faith so that you become carefree and a constantly carefree emperor by having the awareness of Karavanhar, one who makes everyone act. To have a Brahmin life means to be a carefree emperor. Father Brahma became a carefree emperor and always sang the song, I have attained what I wanted. What else remains? Similarly, any service that remains to be done is also being inspired by Karavanhar and he will continue to make you do it. Constantly remain aware that the Father, as Karavanhar, is having everything done through all of you and you will stay carefree. You have the faith that this task is to happen. It is already accomplished and this is why your intellect have faith and you are carefree and free from any worries. Slogan: in order to move away from all your weaknesses, adopt an attitude of unlimited disinterest. Acha. Om Shanti.